Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, we start our day in the morning. So morning is an important time in the day. If we did something good and if we spend our morning successfully, then the whole day will be very happy and nice. At the end of the day, when you're going to bed, you can recall about you on your day and you can be happy if you start the day with a happy mind. So, the morning is more important in our life. So how you spend the morning determines how you spend the day. So, if you start the day, if you start in the morning, if you start your day with a good thought, with a wholesome thought, then your whole day will be happy. That refreshment will last long for the whole day. So, here are a few things that you can do in every morning. In each and every morning, when you open your eyes, you feel that you are alive, that you feel that you are not dead. But for many people, that morning had been the worst morning of their life. They may be dead, they may fall into sickness. So in each and every morning, when you open your eyes and when you feel that you are alive, then you should be grateful for yourself, to your life of being alive. You can be happy and always be grateful for people who helped you to live this life. With the help of those people, you are living in this world. So, in each and every morning, when you open your eyes to this world, think of the people who helped you on your life journey. Your parents, your teachers maybe your relations, maybe your wife, maybe your husband. Always recall the people who helped you on this journey of life and be grateful for them. In every morning, when you get up, if you can think, may all of my parents, teachers, relatives, and all of them be well and happy. If you can wish from the deepest place of your heart, if you can generate the kindness, love to themselves, then you can start your day with a happy mind. And also, there are some people who makes troubles for our life. So we are in a mood of anger about them. When you get up in the morning, think of them and try to forgive them. If you started forgiving to the people who makes troubles in your life, if you start forgiving to the enemies of you, then you can live your life peacefully. You may not find the agony or you may not find the stress within yourself because you have forgiven them. Though they are angry with you, though they hate you, if you have forgiven, then you will not carry that anger, that hatred to the next life. That is what we should do. If someone does a terrible or miserable thing to your life, start forgiving. Then in each and every morning, forgive all the enemies and all the people who makes troubles to your life. That is another thing that we can do in every morning. And think of the all living beings in this world, and spread your love and kindness towards them. You can think, may all the beings be well and happy. May all the beings be healthy. May all living beings find the true happiness in their life. By generating these kind thoughts, compassionate thoughts, your heart will be cleansed. If your heart is abandoned from evil thoughts, then only you can find the happiness. Then only you can start your day with a happy mind. Then only your whole day will be a successful and a happy one. So make sure in every morning you practice the love and kindness when you get up. That is what we can do in every morning. Every morning starts with the dawn. Dawn is a special and beautiful time in the day. But that dawn, that beautiful and wonderful dawn, cannot make your life a beautiful one, a wonderful one. Supreme Buddha taught, if a person in the morning contemplates on Supreme Buddha, if he recalls the qualities of Dhamma, if he recalls the qualities of Sangha, if he generates the love and kindness within his heart, if he has an innocent heart within him, that morning will be the greatest and the wonderful morning that he is having in his life. So, dear devotees and my dear children, make sure in every morning to practice love and kindness. Be grateful for the people who you get the help to your life, and always contemplate on the Supreme Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and be kind, be compassionate, and practice love and kindness whenever possible. And always remember, every time is possible for you to practice love and kindness in your life. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, we all know it is very easy to swim down a stream, but it takes effort and pain and courage to swim up the stream. And also it is very easy to run down a hill, but it takes courage, sweat and effort to climb up to the hill. This means that there are so many easy things that we can do in our life, but most of them does not bring the happiness to our life. When you swim down a stream, you are going down. When you are running down a hill, you are running down, not up. But if you need to climb up, if you need to swim up, it takes effort. You need to try hard. That means it is very easy to do the things that brings us down, and it takes effort and a lot of hard work to bring us to a higher level in our life. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained, Sukarani asadhuni attano ahitani cha. It is very easy to do evil things which brings the suffering to you and as well as to the others. Yangve hitangcha sadungcha tangve paramadukkaram. It is very hard. It takes great courage, pain to do the good things which brings the happiness to you and as well as to the others. Our mind is programmed to do easy things. Now, for an example, if you were to choose two jobs, one is hard and the other one is easy, which one would you choose? Of course, you will choose the easy one, because we always like to do what is easy. So that is the nature of our mind and our life. Doing evil things Doing bad things, doing unwholesome things is very easy. Now, for an example, it is very easy to kill a mosquito. All you need to do to slap on the mosquito and kill it. But it takes patience, love, kindness, and mindfulness to not to kill that animal and save that animal's life. It is very easy to tell a lie when a trouble comes to our life, when we are facing a problem. We can escape from problems by telling lies. But it takes discipline, honesty, and courage, mindfulness to not to tell a lie and always tell the truth. It is very easy to blame someone. When you get angry, if you lose your temper, it is very easy to blame someone. But it takes patience, love, kindness, discipline to not to blame someone and hurt others' feelings. The things that brings us unhappiness or suffering are easy to do. So that is the nature of this world. But it is very difficult to do the things which brings the happiness to ourselves and to the others. Supreme Buddha always advises us to do the wholesome things, to do the good things. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha told us, you should always focus on the wholesome side of your mind. You should never practice the evil things in your mind. You should abandon the evil in your mind. The more we practice the wholesome side, the more we practice the good things in our life, we can be good forever. Our life will become good and we will be wholesome forever. Doing wholesome things, practicing good things, good qualities, being a good human is very difficult. Because all these good things are not familiar to our life. Because we used to do evil things, our mind tends to do evil things. So what we have to do, we should not give up doing good. We can be generous to others. You should practice generosity. We can be kind to others. You can practice kindness. You can love all the living beings in this world. So Supreme Buddha told us to do what is hard. And what is hard is the good, the wholesome things. So what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing, keep on doing good deeds always. We have to discipline our mind. We should not let our mind to wander here and there. We should not let our mind to be undisciplined. Even though they are hard jobs, even though they are hard things to do, what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing these things. Because if we did what is easy today, our life will be hard tomorrow. If we did what is hard today, our life will be easy tomorrow. So what we have to do is, we have to keep on practicing what is hard to do. That is the good things, good practices, patience, love, kindness, not becoming angry, not telling lies, living a truthful life, saving the living beings' lives. Those are the things that are very hard to do. Most of the people who live in this society are not caring about others' lives, other animals' lives. They kill little animals. But only a few among us saves other animals' lives. They love other animals' lives. So you should be among those few people. Most of the people tell lies when they face problems. They escape from the problems by telling lies. But there is very few who tell the truth even though they are facing a problem by telling the truth. You should become among those few people. Very few among us gives the trust to the others who are around us, who are living with us. It may be your husband, your wife, your relations. Most of the people does not give the trust to their relations, the people around them who are living around them. It may be your husband, your wife, your relations, your father, your mother. They don't give the trust to them. They cheat them. But very few among us live a trustful and trustworthy life. You should be a trustworthy person. You should become a trustworthy person. So you should always focus on the good deeds, wholesome deeds. And the more you focus on the wholesome deeds and the spiritual practice of your life, you will become a good person. You will become a good human. Always you should focus on good human qualities like patience, love, kindness, and living a compassionate life. So, my dear devotees and my dear children, do what 99% of the population does not do. If you do what is hard today, you can be happy tomorrow. And if you do what is easy today, you will never be happy forever. So practice good deeds. Be good and do good. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, one of the major questions that a young generation students ask from us is, Bhante, how we can focus our mind when we are studying? How we can focus our mind when the exam is near? So this is a big question that students and young generation are having. So first of all, we must know that staying focused, being concentrated, staying calm is not an act. Staying calm and staying focused is a practice. We need to be practiced to stay focused. So what is the nature of a practice? Practice is something that you do again and again continuously for a certain period of time. And when the continuity happens, you get used to that. It becomes a practice. You no longer need to put an effort to do that. So we do many things in our life as practices. Getting up at a certain time is a practice. Soon after you get up, you brush your teeth and you do your cleaning purposes. It's a practice. So as that, there are so many practices that run through our day. We do many things as practices. Staying focused is a practice. So we need to practice it. So how to practice it? First of all, we need to know that we are dealing with our mind to stay focused. So before staying focused, before practicing to stay focused, we need to know about our mind. How the mind works, how the mind behaves. Supreme Buddha taught us the nature of this mind is like a monkey. So what is the nature of a monkey? The monkey is easily distracted. Monkey does not stay at one place. It runs through here and there. It jumps from one tree to another. It shouts and it runs everywhere. It is easily distracted and disturbed. So the same nature is there with our mind. Our mind is like a monkey which jumps from one thought to another very rapidly. So what we have to do to stay focused? We have to make this monkey mind. We have to train this monkey mind to stay at one place. It is same as catching a monkey and putting him into a cage. So what do we need to do to catch a monkey and put him into a cage? We need to practice or train that monkey to come into the cage and live inside that. If we catch the monkey and put him into the cage at once, it will be distracted even more. So what we have to do, we just need to open the cage and put some foods inside and let the monkey come in and grab the food and go. So in the first day, the monkey comes in and grabs the foods and it runs away. What we have to do then in the next day is to put some foods again. The monkey comes in the next day and it grabs the foods and runs away. If we keep on putting food inside the cage for a little time, the monkey gets used to it and it starts to think that it is very safe inside this cage than being in the forest. I get my food and I am safe inside it, so I must live in this cage. Same like that, dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, we have to train our mind to be at one place. So how to do that? We can do certain meditations and certain tricks to stay focused and to keep our mind within ourselves. It is quite normal the mind to be distracted easily. That is the nature. It runs everywhere. It runs from thoughts to thoughts very rapidly. So what we have to do, we have to keep on taking back the lost consciousness or the lost contemplation again and again to our focusing thing. So for an example, when we do meditation, it is quite normal. Our mind will easily be distracted when we are doing the meditation. So for an example, if we are doing the breathing meditation, we keep on thinking about the flow of breath. But the mind is not ready to stay at in that moment, in that focus point. So what the mind does, it jumps out of our focusing thought and it runs away. So as an example, when we are doing the meditation, the mind will wander here and there for a long time. So what we have to do, we have to keep on taking that lost contemplation to the focusing thought or to the meditation. So same thing that we can apply to our mind. So when you are studying, if you are at your class, if you are doing a meditation, it is quite normal that our mind to be easily distracted. All we need to do is we have to take back that lost contemplation again to what we are focusing on. If you are studying, if you have lost your contemplation, once you are aware of that, take back again to it. If you are meditating, if you have lost your contemplation, take back your lost contemplation to that meditating thought and do your meditation. If you keep on doing this, if you keep on practicing focusing on yourself, the mind will make a habit of it. Because what we think again and again and again, what we do again and again and again will become a practice easily. So what we have to do to take back the lost focus and the contemplation to ourselves, we need to keep on practicing it. At the beginning, it will be overwhelming and distracting. Don't worry. What we have to do is, we have to keep on doing this again. We have to practice the continuity. If you practice this continuously, your mind will focus one day. So you have to be ready for that. You have to study about your mind. You have to study about your life. You have to practice focusing on yourself. Once you get used to focus on yourself, it is very easy to do your studies and your meditation and your spiritual practice. So if you make your mind well focused and contemplated one, you can attain successful goals in your life. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever experienced when you go to bed at night, you feel tired or feel fatigued, but still the sleep does not come to you? Have you ever experienced in the middle of the night you wake up by screaming, by seeing a worst nightmare? Have you ever experienced when you get up in the morning, you feel really bad for no reason? So these are the things, these are the common experiences that we all face when we are going to sleep. So it is very essential for a person to have a very good sleep. But we hardly have a sound sleep. That is why we feel so bad when we get up in the morning. That is why the day gets miserable when we have no sleep at night. So as disciples of Supreme Buddha, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us the path, the way to have a very good sleep. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us that if you practice love and kindness, if you had a compassionate heart, well built inside your heart, you will have a very good sleep. You can sleep better. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha told there are 11 benefits for a person who practice love and kindness. Among those 11 benefits, the first one is, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, he will have a very good sleep because of practicing love and kindness. Now imagine a night you go to sleep with hatred and anger in your mind. Can you sleep? The sleep will not come to you. That means the more we practice anger and hatred in our mind, we will never have a good sleep in our day. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us you should practice love and kindness. If you practice this, and if you develop love and kindness thoroughly in your heart, if you practice love and kindness where you will never get angry with anyone, even though they make troubles for you, if you did not get angry, you can sleep very well. So that is the secret of having a very good sleep. And also our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us Because of practicing love and kindness, you will never see any nightmares. You will have a continuous and very calm and serene sleep. And also, our great teacher Supreme Buddha told us, if you practice love and kindness within your heart, if you build up a compassionate heart, when you get up early in the morning, you will feel very refreshed. When you feel refreshed in the morning, your day will be refreshed. Your day will be amazing, because how we start the day determines how we spend the day. So, the love and kindness, compassion is affecting our lives in many ways. That is why our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us to practice the compassion, love and kindness within our hearts. If you need to sleep better, you need to practice love and kindness. So, here is a practical way that you can have a very good sleep. In each and every night, when you go to bed, you should do these things. The first thing is that you should not go to bed without refreshing your body. Don't go to bed with sweat and dust-filled legs. You should refresh your body. You can have a shower or do whatever it takes. Do not go to bed with fatigue and sweat and tiredness. You should feel refreshed. That is the first part. The second step is, soon after you are on the bed, cross your legs or lie down or lay down or sit down, it doesn't matter. Be in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs with fresh air and let them go away. Do this practice about 3 times. And as the third step, start to spread love and kindness, first of all, to yourself. Think of yourself and start to practice love and kindness to you. You can think like this: may I be free from anger. You will feel better when you are free from anger, when you wish to be free from anger. You can think, may I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. All those evil thoughts like ill will, jealousy, hatred, anger makes your day miserable, makes your life miserable, and it ruins your sleep. So what you have to do? You have to wish yourself that may I be free from all those evil things. Wish for yourself, may I be free from difficulties. May I be free from physical and mental suffering. Start loving yourself first. Start spreading compassion, love towards yourself first. Then you will feel better. You will feel relaxed. Then spread that love and kindness towards the people around you. Your father, your mother, your husband, and to your wife, or whoever that lives around you. Spread your love and kindness to them. And expand that love and kindness step by step to the whole world. Finally, you can think, may all living beings in this whole universe be well and happy. May they be free from physical and mental suffering. Start spreading your love and kindness to all people, all living beings. And especially, start forgiving all the enemies of your life. If you hold on to anger, if you hold on to resentment, you will never have a good sleep. So what you have to do is, you should forgive all the enemies. Because we are not going to live forever in this world. We may die one day. So when we are dying, when we face the death, we cannot take all these possessions that we have in our life. Start forgiving. Start spreading love and kindness to your enemies. Then you will feel relaxed. Continue this spreading love and kindness to all living beings until you fall asleep. And our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, if you practice love and kindness, if you build a heart which is filled with love and kindness and compassion, you can have a better sleep. And you will no longer see any nightmares in your night, at your sleep. And also, when you get up in the morning, you will feel refreshed. Then your day will be refreshed and your life will be a wonderful one. Practice love and kindness and sleep better. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, have you ever been criticized by someone in your life? We all have been in that situation in all of our lives. No one can stop other people to criticize us. That is something that is out of our control. You have to keep it in your mind. Criticism, blames, scoldings, and other people's opinions in our life is something that we cannot control by ourselves. That is called, the things are out of our control. So, we cannot stop for other person to judge us. Now, normally the nature of people is always they are judging us. They keep on judging, they keep on criticizing, and we cannot stop them. Once our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained this to a Brahmin called Atula. Supreme Buddha said, Purana metang Atula, netang ajjatanamiva. Supreme Buddha explained, Atula, it came from the ancient time. Nindanti tunhi ma'asina. People will criticize us when we become silent. Nindanti bahubanina. People will criticize when a person who is talking too much. Mitabanim pinindanti. When we speak moderately, when we live our life moderately, people may criticize us. Natti loke anindito. There's no person, there's not a single person who has not been criticized by someone in this world. This verse shows us we all have been criticized in this life. We all have been in that situation in our life. So it is a common phenomena or common incident that we have to face in our life. So how to face these criticisms? Well, there are two types of criticisms in our life. One is the criticisms or the criticizers which helps us to develop our good qualities. Now, the people who always wish the good of us, our parents, our teachers, our elders, may advise you. Like they may criticize our faults. When we face or when we are in such situations, always listen to those criticisms. Always listen to those advices. Do not consider it as a bad thing. Do not consider it as a negative criticism. It is a positive criticism. You can develop the good qualities and you can make your faults correct when you listen to those advices. So they are called positive criticism. And there's another criticism, and then that is the negative criticizing. People may criticize out of jealous. People may criticize us out of anger. They always keep on criticizing it. We cannot stop it. So when we face such situations, the nature of this mind is we become sad, we become depressed, the anxiety will start to develop inside our mind. And what we do is, when we face and when we hear those criticism to our life, we stop the good things, good practices that we are practicing in our life. You should not do that. You should not give up practicing the merits. You should not give up doing good deeds because of others' words. Dear meritorious children and my dear devotees, do not be backed down from criticizing. Face that. Listen to that. But never stop the good of your life. Never stop doing the good in your life. So we all have to face this common incident in our life. So the more we face the criticism in our life, the more we will have the opportunity to build up good qualities within ourselves. So don't think the criticism as a bad thing. They help you to develop good qualities in your life. When you face negative criticism, always be patient. Always be kind towards them. Because they have judged us, they have come to a conclusion about us which is wrong. So what we have to do, we should not argue with them. We should not try to talk back. We should not try to prove them that they are wrong. So what we have to do, just be silent. Just be patient. And always keep on practicing and never stop doing the good deeds and good practices in your life. If you keep on practicing the good things in your life will be successful. It is the nature that when we start doing something good, something wholesome, or when we start doing a service to this world, something good to this world, it is the nature we all face the criticism. All the people who had done a great service to this world, even our great teacher Supreme Buddha, faced criticism. So there's nothing to talk about us. So what we have to do, we have to face those criticism. The more we face the criticism in our life, the more our life will be beautiful. So don't just go through your life. Always grow through your life. When you face those hard times and difficulties in your life, you will always grow through your life. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvon Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, life is so beautiful when it is filled with good qualities. Normally, our mind tends to do the bad things and evil things. That is the nature of your mind. But if we practiced our mind to turn all those evil thoughts to good thoughts or wholesome thoughts, then our life will be wonderful. So the more you practice good qualities like compassion, love, kindness, and unselfishness, so all those good qualities makes your life a beautiful and wonderful one. So always we have to focus on the wholesome side of our mind. Yes, we are a mixture of good and bad. There is no single person in this world who is with 100% good qualities. And there is no a single person who is living in this world with 100% bad qualities. We are a mixture of good as well as the bad. So what we have to do to make our lives a better one is to focus on the wholesome side of our mind and practice and develop that part of your mind. The more you develop the wholesome part and the wholesome side of your mind, the less the evil thoughts may appear in the life. So that is based on the practice. Whatever you practice in your mind and in your life, in your day, and that particular thing will be the repetition of the whole life. That means if you practice the evil thoughts again and again and again, what will happen? Always your mind will be in the evil side. But if you practice good qualities again and again, always your mind tends to think, do, and work in the wholesome side of your mind. So that is why it is very important to develop the good qualities, good human qualities in the life. So, one of the basic and the foremost human wholesome quality is compassion. Compassion we called in Pali language karuna. Karuna means, our great teacher Supreme Buddha explained this word, Paradukkhe hadayang kampetiti karuna. Feeling the sadness when others are going through a sad time in their life, if you feel sad, then that is what you call the compassion. And it simply means being sad and feeling the sadness when others are feeling sad, and being happy when others are being happy. That is what you call compassion. So if you have a compassionate heart, then you will feel the sadness of others. The more we develop the compassion in our mind, we can understand the situation of other people. Now, normally in this world, it is very rare to a person to understand others' situation. It is very hard to be in others' shoes. So always when we develop the compassion within our mind, then we will have the opportunity to understand the suffering, sadness, the critical situations of others. Then if you develop the compassion, then you will have the opportunity to help them. You will tend to help others. You will tend to sacrifice a part of your life on behalf of others. Life is not living only for yourself. A happy and wonderful life is something that we should live for others also. The most and the greatest compassionate person who ever lived in this world is our great teacher Supreme Buddha. He sacrificed his whole life to find the reality and the truth of this birth and death. And he tried very hard to escape from this suffering. And he sacrificed his life to escape all these beings from this suffering. So our great teacher Supreme Buddha is the best and the foremost model of compassion that we can find in this world. He sacrificed his whole life on behalf of us. So being unselfish and sacrificing our life for others, helping others, being compassionate is a good quality that you can develop in your life. If you be compassionate and if you help others, if you treat others with your kind words, kind actions, and kind intentions, then those broken hearts will be healed. If you use the compassionate words, those words can heal the broken hearts of people. So that is one of the biggest happiness that we can have in our life. That is called the mental pleasure. The pleasure of helping others. The pleasure that we gain by being compassionate. So after we grown old and when we are facing the death and when we are living on our deathbed, we can recall our past and the way we lived, and we can be happy with that. Always remember, it is not matter how long you live. Always it matters how you lived. So, when you are living your life, try to practice these good qualities, good human qualities. Try to be a good human, a compassionate, a kind and lovable human. Then only you will have the opportunity to find the real peace and happiness in your life. So I wish you all, may all of you find the ultimate happiness in your life. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, as humans, we all have got this life and it is very valuable. Supreme Buddha taught, you will be born as a human very rarely. You will get this human life as a very rare chance. We are on never-ending journey of the cycle of this rebirth, and it is called the samsara. While going on this samsara journey, it is very rare one to have a human birth, human life. So, being humans, we have the ability and opportunity to do the good. And we know the difference between the good and bad. As Buddhists, we are lucky to know about the evil and the wholesome things. Our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us about this. Supreme Buddha taught, if you practice the evil side of your mind, if you give the space of the evil side of your mind, and if you give the majority to the evil side of your mind, that evil thing, that evil deeds, that evil practice will bring you suffering. So, as humans, we have the energy and we have the power to develop the wholesome and the good in our mind. So, we should know the difference between the good and bad. We should study it, and we should study about our mind. Once you know how the mind works, you can trick your mind to turn this practice, the evil practices, to a good practice. So among these evil things, evil thoughts that pop up in our mind, a major evil thought is the pride. Normally, when we are young, when we are living in our youth, young children are in a sense of pride of their own life, of their youth, of their health and strength, physical strength. They are living in a sense of pride. So this pride may lead us to do evil things. So that is why the majority of young people are not living their life in the correct way. Supreme Buddha taught, you should avoid the pride about your youth while you are young. You should avoid the pride about your health while you are healthy. You should avoid the pride on your youngness and your life while you are alive. So, if we are pride, if we are being over proud of ourselves, that leads to the destruction of your good deeds, good qualities. So, let me tell you a nice story. One day, a beetle saw a big cow dung. And he went inside that cow dung and he was amazed. So he asked his friends, and with the help of his friends, he built a big kingdom in this cow dung. But still it was a cow dung. But he was very proud of being the king and the founder of this kingdom. While he was living there, while these things was going on, a big and huge elephant went near this cow dung. When the elephant was going, he saw this cow dung, and to avoid stepping on this cow dung, he stepped aside of it. Then the proud beetle was very angry of lifting the elephant's leg upon his head. Out of pride, this beetle challenged this elephant. He said, "How dare you lift your leg upon me? You should apologize me. I am a king, or I will behead you instantly." The elephant heard this and he replied, "My dear Majesty, I am really, really sorry of being dishonest to you. So I beg your pardon." By saying this, the huge elephant stepped on the cow dung, crushing all the beetles inside it. One act of pride made the destruction of whole beetles. So, if you are being proud, if you are being proud of yourself, that leads to sure destruction of your life. That is why Supreme Buddha taught, you should contemplate on your death. Supreme Buddha taught, always remember you are a dying person. You are mortal. If we think we are mortal, then we know that all the things that we gather to our life, all the things that we hold on in our life are impermanent. One day we will have to lose all these things. So if we are going to lose all these things that we gather in our life, then we are permanent holders to all these things, physical matter. So that is why Supreme Buddha taught, if you are clinged or if you are craving on something, surely that brings you suffering. So the more we cling, the more we become proud of our wealth, our money, our children, our land, our properties, the more the suffering will come to your life. So be content with what you have. Be happy with what you have. And don't be proud. Always remember, we all are mortal. We will have to leave this life one day. So always practice the good deeds before the death, because life is too short. Always be kind, always be compassionate, and don't be proud ever. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, do we really need a guider or a teacher for our life? Let's learn this from a nice story. One day, there was a kite which was flying up above in the sky. The kite was so happy, and also the kite was so proud about him because it had reached into a higher level in the sky. The kite still needed to fly furthermore into the sky. But there was an obstacle for this, and that was the string and the person who was holding it. The kite started complaining to the man. The kite said, "I need my freedom. Please give me my freedom. Let go of me." Then the man said, "Do not ever think to escape from me. Do not find the freedom in an unnecessary way. Because of me, you have come to such a height. So do not ever try to be free from me." But the kite still wanted to fly up into the sky. So the kite started pulling up to the sky. All of a sudden, the string was broken. And you know what happened when the string is broken in the kite? The kite suddenly crashed down to the earth, destructing itself because of its own ego. This story is so much related to our lives. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, our life is like a kite which is flying up above in the sky. We always try to fly high. We always like to be successful in our life. So if we gain the success in our life, when we become more knowledgeable, when we become more intelligent, and when everything is going in the right way or the correct way in our life, we tend to think that we don't want the advice and instructions from our parents, from our teachers, and from our elders. But if we lose the guidance and the instructions from our elders, teachers, and parents, we will end up in the same place where the kite was. We will end up in a huge trouble in our life. Dear devotees and my dear children, we all need the guidance of our parents and our teachers. When we came to this world, we knew nothing. Our parents taught us how to walk. They taught us how to eat. And they taught us how to do the day-to-day activities. Our teachers taught us how to speak, how to write, how to learn. Because of them, with the help of them, we are learning so many things in our life. Because of them, we have found the success in our life. So we should always be grateful for them. And don't forget to listen to the guidance and the instructions from your parents and from your teachers. Because even the Supreme Buddha thought, soon after he became enlightened, he thought, living without a teacher, living without the guidance of a teacher is a suffering to the life. So I must find a teacher. But there was no human or a god which had a greater wisdom than our great teacher Supreme Buddha. Finally, Supreme Buddha thought, I must consider this Dhamma, the realization of myself, as my teacher. So even the Supreme Buddha had a teacher. So if even the Supreme Buddha had a teacher, there's nothing to talk about us. We all need the guidance of our teachers and our parents. When you find the success in your life, and when everything is going in the correct way in your life, please do not forget to listen to your parents and to your teachers, because they have much more greater experience than us. Though you are knowledgeable and intelligent than your parents, it does not mean that you have much more greater life experience than your parents and teachers. They surely have the experience than us. So do not forget to listen and pay attention to those advice and instructions, because we all need teachers. We all need the guidance, and we all need the help from others. So listen to the advice from your parents and from your teachers and obey them, and please try to follow those advices. If you follow the good advice and instructions from your parents and teachers, you will find the success in your life surely. Namo Buddhaya. Theruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious devotees and my dear children, life is an amazing thing. As humans, we all have got an amazing gift, and that is human life. The nature of this human life is we can think and we can decide the difference between the good and bad. So, in life, we do good as well as the bad. That is what the nature of this mind. So, it is much and much more important to reduce the amount of bad in our life and to increase the amount of good in our life. So, Supreme Buddha, the greatest teacher that we went refuge for, shows us the path to develop the good within yourself. Now, in the world, normally, 99% of the people are pursuing the happiness. We all have the desire for happiness. As a living being, we all have the desire for happiness. So, the world, the whole population in this world are pursuing the happiness. It is non-ending pursuit of happiness. But, dear devotees and dear children, only a very few among us will really find the true happiness in our life. 99% of the humans and the living beings will fail in the pursuit of this happiness, long race of pursuing happiness. Supreme Buddha told us the happiness does not exist in this materialistic world. But all of us are following and chasing behind the materialistic happiness. But we will never find the true happiness in this outer world. Supreme Buddha said, the real happiness, the ultimate happiness exists within your mind. So that's why we have to consider more about our mind than the outer world. Supreme Buddha said, first of all, you should make your mind a better place, a better one. Then only you can make this world a better place. So if you make your heart, if you make your soul, if you make your own life a good one, a better one, a successful one, then you will have the opportunity to make this world to a better place, to take this world to where the happiness exists in all of the hearts. So first of all, we have to take care of our mind. So that's why we should discipline our mind. Supreme Buddha said, you will never find the happiness through an undisciplined mind. You will only find the happiness when your mind is disciplined. So through a disciplined mind, we can lead our life to happiness. We can go to where the happiness exists. So that's why you should guide yourself to the happiness. Not through the outer world, but by making your own life, your own soul, your own mind a better one. So the best guide that we can have to make our minds, make our hearts a better one is through the Supreme Buddha's teachings. So in this program, we are going to learn the Supreme Buddha's teachings, which lead our lives to the happiness. So dear devotees and my dear children, this inner guide program is to give a little push to your life, to make your life a better one through the teachings of our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. In this program, we are learning step by step how to make our life, how to develop our good qualities in our life and make our hearts a better one, a peaceful one, and how to find the happiness within ourselves. Namo Buddhaya, Therwan Saranai.
Mankind's wonderful treasure of wisdom is the teaching of Supreme Buddha. It illuminates human hearts and brings the utmost happiness and joy. Let's go in search of the wonderful Dhamma, which guides us in the journey to find the peacefulness within our hearts. Join with Inner Guide program on every Saturday in Shraddha TV YouTube channel. And let's be among the fortunate band of people who experience the supreme bliss. Inner Guide, awaken yourself.